Well, hello. It's Tuesday at 11 p.m. Eastern, so that means we do it every week. We're live on YouTube. It's our Invicta show. It's our weekly show. My name is Christine Quanley. I'm going to be hosting with Ryan. And Ryan, you've been in the world of Invicta for how many years now?
Well, 6 full-time, but also a part of the network and involved with Invicta since back in 2005.
Oh, for quite a while. The focus of this week's show is actually things that you have chosen.
Yes, it's a fun show. I made some choices here, and a lot of you who know me, I love my grand divers. And so what we have here is that standard 43 or 47 millimeter grand diver. It has that automatic caliber inside of it, that NH35A. But I want you to look at the individual hour markers because this is something special. It's actually the International Code of Signals, and it's actually used by vessels to communicate important messages regarding safety in regards of navigation.
Cool.
So I want you, if you look at the number 1 hour marker right here, you'll see how that's done with a white flag with a red dot. Now, if you look over here at the 11 o'clock mark, there are 2 of those same flags representing the Arabic numeral 1. You see that? And then number 12,
I've never seen a watch like that.
Yeah, and it was really interesting because I heard this story from our CEO, Eyal Lalo. They had the ICS flags, and the design team, they just put whatever flags they thought looked cool. Because you have all the numbers 1 through 0, all the way up to 9-0, but then you have all the letters of the alphabet. So I think the first prototype had probably letters on the dial representing the hour markers and such, and then wait, hold on a second. This actually means something. So,
there's a method to this
there
that
is,
we can
yes,
use.
there's definitely a method.
And speaking to the method of the madness, what we do on Tuesday night, this is for you. This is about connecting with you on YouTube. We are so glad that you're joining us. We have a boutique. We just put that up this week, the very first week that we've had it. Hope you like it. So you can shop the show. We have big savings for you. You can shop the show just like you would shop a show, or you go online as well. So you can use your app, you can be on your phone, you can be on your tablet, and you can order. Invicta, 16 years here at the network. We started with a pro diver, one like I've never seen before. And just to give you, we have really special offers too for our YouTube shows. This is 43% off. That's a savings of, well, in fact, it retails for $355. We're saving you $98 when you pick it up right now. It is $648-797. Very limited on this one. We have under 100. I mean, everything that we have in this show is limited. Let's talk a little bit more about this collection.
Yes.
Not surprised that in Ryan's pick, that we're going to have a grand diver.
Right, we kick it off with the grand diver, especially with that extra nautical theme that I was referring to with the International Code of Signals, or the ICS that you have. So it is that standard 47 millimeter grand diver. The movement on the inside is that NH35A, meaning that it's a mechanical automatic movement. The coin edge bezel surrounds there, and you can also use that bezel as a rotating device, and as it can be used as a timing device in addition to it. So we did one big production run of this, and then I thought we were done. And I'm really glad, or I don't know if Al had some in the warehouse.
You.
Yeah, because I thought we were done with this particular watch. And I'm surprised that it's actually in the show and that we do have some. So I love it, it's that standard black and black, but then you do
Very
have
sharp
that.
looking.
Right, and then you do have just the different flags representing the hour markers specifically on the inside of the dial.
What of a contrast. You get a huge, one of the best offers when it comes to dive case, an 8-slot dive case that comes with this one. Can you show that the back again?
Sure.
This being an automatic, what percentage of watches that Invicta does would you say would be automatic? I'm just kind of in a ballpark.
I would say roughly, 25% or so, or even a little bit more. It seems as though, well, I know for a fact that we're doing more automatics than we did just with a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
So you guys out there, customers, you guys who are interacting with us right now on social media, you've been asking for it, and we're delivering on that. And this movement, that NH35A, out of all my automatics, I have the most of these, and I consider these movements to be very accurate, robust, and also reliable.
So if this is your first automatic, any special care, any kind of things that you need to do?
That's a great question, Christine. The only maintenance really, in my terms, is if you're not going to wear the watch all the time, if you're going to wear it maybe just a couple times a year, I would say on the first of the month, just wind up the watch. Just like a car, you don't want to let the engine sit idle for too long. So you just want to just start
You
it
want to
up,
rev
get all
the
the
engine.
gears and lubricants moving. Same thing inside of this watch.
This is a special price that we have. It's 43% off. That's a savings of $98. Size, and this is 47 millimeter. Where would you say that is that mid-range 47 millimeter?
47 millimeter is a go-to size for the guys, but women can also step into that 47 millimeter also, in my opinion. But what it really comes down to is, you pretty much know your size out there, and if you want to just explore, maybe get a little bit larger size, I say don't hesitate. Just try it out because you're going to wear it, you're going to get used to it, you're going to fall in love with it.
I like the inside information. You thought this wasn't coming back. This was a surprise.
I did, yeah. This
Brought
is
it back
cool.
for the anniversary. And you know that when this was debuted just, a short while ago, 80% of the quantity spoken for, even one of the color
Sure.
choices. So you resonated. You were glad it was back. This whole YouTube show is about Ryan. Not that you're a narcissist.
For some reason, I like that concept.
We should do it every week. Meaning, for the 16th anniversary, we're celebrating not only 16 years of Invicta, but some of your favorites.
That's right. Well, you know what? Tomorrow night is about me too.
Oh, tell us.
And Justin, though. So
First time,
Justin and I
yeah.
split that right down the middle about me and about him. Is tomorrow night? We want you guys to tune in. Justin and I are taking over the Invicta Power Play show tomorrow night, Wednesday. That's 9 p.m.
I see
Eastern.
trouble. Double
trouble. So it's just gonna be Justin and I.
Are you gonna have matching outfits?
You know what? I'll text him later on, just so we don't wear the same thing. Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be trouble. I have to watch that.
We're both looking forward to
Yeah,
it.
it
We
should
would
be fun.
love for you to be a part. And actually, on my Facebook and Instagram pages, I posted the number that you guys can call in. We would love to hear you guys call in during the show tomorrow night.
We want to mix it up. This is
Yeah.
all about you making entertaining and talking about what we love, watches. For those who are new, maybe get you excited for one of the biggest categories here at Evine. So we have 3 meteorite watches in the show. This one is from JT. It's a limited edition. Every time I've seen a JT, it's been a limited edition. And we were talking about that before we went
Yes.
on air. We also looked online at other big names, other meteorite watches. We
And-
saw one that was $11,000. And what was the case on that one? Do you remember?
That one there was one, I think it was a retail, it was like on sale for
9,000,
$9,900 or something. And it was a 31 millimeter.
This is 50.
Right.
50 millimeter. Okay, where do we start? JT, meteorite? Where do you want to start
let's
with
start
this?
JT. I'm going to grab this watch
Okay.
and pull it up to my wrist here so you can see what this looks like. So Jason Taylor, he's been on board with us at Invicta since 2012. So it's been over
Oh, it's been a
5
while.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just a really cool guy. He's a former football player. He was just inducted into the Professional Football Hall of Fame. And that's a really big and cool accomplishment. And all of us just really congratulate you. There's JT on the side there. So he's been on board and he helps us design or do new takes on some of our most popular design of watches. And so he, like on this one, for example, put in the meteorite dial and just have this cool electric blue for the individual hour markers and also the trim work for the hands on the inside. And he said what he wants, though, is he wants the watches to be exclusive. And that's why you'll find numbered limited editions to most of the time, 99. Sometimes you'll also find 99 for very, very exclusive watches. So it's a big, bold 50 millimeters on the case diameter, 17.5 millimeters, so it's a 3/4 of an
gorgeous
inch
looking
rising
watch.
up. Yeah, but then the meteorite dial. That's a big deal. And we have 2 other watches that do have the meteorite dial coming up. And this meteorite actually crashed into Earth about 250 million years ago, 250 million years.
gosh.
It crashed into Africa. In Namibia by the town of Gibeon. That's where the name came. And so it's been Invicta and this other company that we were looking at before
Yes.
that have used the Gibeon meteorite in larger production runs. And there's some other companies that have done some smaller production runs, but we did some research a couple of years ago, and just the dial upgrade with another company, it was $4,000 just for the dial.
So the price that we have, this is $665. And in fact, it was a higher price before we went on
Right.
air. And we did this for the YouTube show. We did this for, if there's any left, shows that we have tomorrow night in Power Play. So just to give you an idea, the retail on this I think is really conservative. It's $13.79. It's 30% off the Evine price on this one. And you can get this home on a value payment for $111. It does come with a dive case as well. The Reserve, that's a big deal too.
That's right. Another good question is the Reserve is just the top of the line. The Reserve umbrella carries over a few of our different
When
collections.
did the Reserve start? Do you? I mean, I know
think
that's
it
kind
was. I think we just had our 10th anniversary of it, so it
Okay.
was right back in around the 2007 mark that we started doing the Reserve. So you're just getting the utmost in quality,
I think
craftsmanship, and
it's-
design.
You know, it's just a little. Oh, you see the Reserve, you already know. It kind of has that bragging rights that you're getting the best of the best of the best. Who do you think is going to be drawn to this watch?
I think people who want the attention on the wrist, people who like to talk about unique things, such as people are going to notice this watch on the wrist, but then people are going to love it by saying, you know what? Well, it's a meteorite dial. It's something you can't get anymore. The fields are actually there's no longer access to the fields. And so we have a little bit of a stockpile of the meteorite. And our CEO will designate a couple watches or a few watches during the course of the year to put that exotic
And that's
material
such
in.
precious material for a watch to be chosen is a big deal. I'm thinking also this is for the collector, maybe one of the collectors that might go on the cruise might wear that watch.
Yes, that would be definitely cruise wear in my opinion. So.
Okay, we are interacting with you and seeing your comments. Thanks for joining us. We do this every Tuesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. Ryan, what are people kind of talking about?
Let's
What are
see.
they
Maureen is
chiming in?
asking me. Maureen loves the watch that's on my other wrist, and this is just a personal watch I wore tonight. It's one of the X-Wings that I got with the gunmetal with the red strap, and it's a dual mother of pearl dial. It's a main portion of the mother of pearl dial along with the different sub dials are in another color. Love this watch. So I wore it today and I just happened to wear it into the show. Let's see. Mark says, any of you who are cruising or considering cruising on the Invicta cruise, please join us on Invicta Cruisers on Facebook. Connect with other Invicta lovers who are cruising. Ryan is there too, and I am. So make sure to go to Invicta Cruisers on Facebook. And remember, we're going to be having this next cruise coming up, and you can book yours. We're getting on the peripheral of starting to get close to saying we're going to be sold out soon. So go to invictacruise.com and book that cruise.
The update is around 70 to 75 that's booked, but we still have room. Also, if you love jewelry, one of our jewelry collections are going to be there. Chuck
Yes,
Clemency's
that's
going
right.
to be there.
About 6 of the jewelry guys,
Yeah.
Paul and Michael
Dallas
and Chuck,
Prince.
Samuel B will be there too. Yeah.
It was so much fun that we just had to make it a bigger party. I have never seen a watch like this. So this month, 8 years that I've been a host here at Evine, but before then, 3.5 years I was a stylist, so working a lot with Invicta and the watches. I have never seen a watch like this. It flips. It's the transatlantic Swiss quartz. This is a dual movement because it basically flips.
Right.
I've never seen a watch like this
Two
before.
separate dials, two separate movements, two separate looks that you get with this watch. And I think it'd just be so much fun to be, let's just say we're going to go with the red dial. So I would think it'd be fun if you're out at dinner and that server or that host noticed your watch and said, oh my gosh, I love that watch. And then they take your order for the drink. And then when they come back, you know they're going to look at the watch again. And you just have this on and just totally throw them
I
off.
do. I think that is
How fun would that be?
That would be so much
Yeah.
fun. And the people, what just happened?
Yeah. And they'll be like, wasn't your watch red? No. What do you?
And then they come back again and,
And
it's
then you-
red.
and then you flip
keep
it, right.
going and
Then you
going
just-
and going. You created a
Exactly.
monster. I can see all the fun that we're going to have with this. How simple is that to flip it?
Well, it's really simple. We came out with this design just about 10 years ago. We brought it back last year. So it's 11 years old, and people are asking if we're going to bring this watch back. What I do is I just push at the very top of the case, and you'll see just right where the crown is, right here. You just push in, and that will actually release the movement. And look at the decoration design that even goes along with the back underside of the case here. And it just flips over with this system and just simply locks into
And
place.
very protected.
Oh, very protected, yes.
I mean, even though each side, has that watch for you, that has the case that it's protected as you flip it, and you just kind of hear an audible click and it snaps into place. We had other colors. Again, it's been over 11 years. We brought this back. We're down now to the black, limited. We have about 150 of this one available. It's 59% off. That's a savings of $387. It retails for over $1,100 because, I mean, this is really an engineering feat. right?
Well, it is. It's very unique. And from Invicta, we do have our very classic, very established watches, just like that Grand Diver, part of the Pro Diver collection. That's very standard, and that's what some people want. But here is something a little bit more unique. Just as Maureen was asking about the watch that's on my wrist with the X-Wing, it's just more of a unique design here in terms of the watch. And sometimes, just whatever appeals to you if you have a collection. So again, it's a quartz movement on the inside. We have a Ronda 762, which is that Swiss movement that you have on the inside for both movements. So it's just a two-hand movement.
Would you consider this a square case? Is this a rectangle
I would say
case?
more rectangle, because if you look at the dial here, it's a little bit more of a rectangular. It's a little bit longer north to south than it is going west to east on
We're
this
saying
watch.
that's about 62 by 49 millimeters. So
Yep,
yeah.
that'd be fair. So you're looking at about 2.5 inches north to south, and then 2 inches just going east to west. So yeah, it all on a genuine leather strap. That leather strap will fit wrist sizes all the way up to 9 inches. So very, very easy to be able to own and wear this watch.
59% off. Something that's very unique and different. Again, this could be a collector's piece if you want to wear this on the cruise, to wear something that's so unique and different, or you just want to blow people's minds. One moment it's the black, the next moment it's going to be the red case for you. This is how you order it, 639-814. Order it now. Get the 59% off. We have just under, about 130 of these remaining on this one. It is 639-814. You can shop the show. So you're on YouTube right now. What we're going to do is you can just look below all of the watches that we have in the show. In fact, we have 9 that are selected, and they're selected by Ryan for being either really unique and wow, or just pieces that he loves. Great savings as well. So for the 16th anniversary of Invicta here at Evine, Ryan has picked several watches for our YouTube show. Okay, this is the portion of the show.
Yes, I have a tech tip for you today.
Will you get techie on us?
Every show we try to do a tech tip for you. So this one's a little bit interesting. We were wondering during the show, we have a pre-pro meeting, wondering what we should do a tech tip on. And so I thought, you know what? Let's do it with water resistance. So there you go. Okay. So I got myself a little wet. You know what? We should run around and chase Christine with this water bottle. I'd love to.
Water fight.
Should I?
Oh, you did get me. I'm a little thirsty. That's good.
Don't worry, I'm not going to get the camera. Okay, so here we go.
So water resistance. I was
Yes.
saying it's like you're training a dog, the way that he was just spraying you in the face.
Exactly.
Okay.
What command do you need?
What was the point
Sit.
of you?
Bed?
Okay.
Okay, so in terms of water resistance, we have different designations on the back of watches, and so do other watch companies. And basically, when it says 30 meters of water resistance, that means that the watch is basically splash resistant. You don't want to go in any sort of swimming situation with 30 meters. Just because it says 30 meters doesn't mean that you can go down 30 meters in the water. It means that if the watch happened to be in the water and you're moving back and forth, because you're actually putting additional pressure when the watch is underwater, it exceeds that 30 meters. So when you get to the 50 meters of water resistance, that means that you can actually go swim it. And so if you want to just go swimming for a short time, you can do that. And then also when you're getting to 100 meters, you can go swimming and even some snorkeling. And then 200 meters is then you can do some diving.
I'll keep the spray bottle over here, Jeff.
Oh, you're going to keep
Okay.
on training me?
You know what? Thanks everybody for chiming in and participating. This is a community. Mark was saying that he would like to have kind of first scene items for a YouTube show, like items that won't even be on air that they preview here, early sneak peaks. That's an
That'd be
idea.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. Because this is the future. We know that so many people, it's about, connecting, on all our social platforms. So now we have a YouTube channel. We do this every Tuesday night. The next, we do Tuesday and Friday night?
Yeah, Tuesdays and Fridays. Yep.
Okay.
Tuesdays
The
and
next
Friday
one will
nights. So you'll
be-
be able to check out next Friday here too. 11 p.m. Eastern or 8 o'clock Pacific. We'll be on with the next YouTube show.
So quadro, which means picture or frame.
Yes,
That's
picture.
what we're going to next.
Yeah, and that's
because
where
we
we-
actually, I asked, I go, Ryan, what does that mean? And you said, well, picture or frame, which makes sense with the next watch that we have.
Right, because it's more of that square design, similar to maybe some artwork that you would have in your house. So in a sense, that bezel is that frame that complements the case for this watch. And I think this is just one of the coolest watches that we actually do, Christine. Even to take out the Gibeon meteorite dial on the inside and to just have this, I want you to feel this bracelet. I'm going to take the watch off the case here,
Well,
off the
it
stand.
looks very substantial.
And I want you to I want you to just play with the bracelet for a second. Just
yeah.
feel how intricate, feel how just
Oh,
unique
yes.
this strap is, or the bracelet. There are 13 individual links going all the way across for that bracelet. And so
It's like a chain link
yeah,
almost.
it is. And look at how fluid it is. Everything is high polished. And when you look at the back, it's almost like scales. And you'll see those scales. The back of the bracelet
Do you see
is
that?
actually
Look at
the inside
that.
of the bracelet is actually all high polished also for you.
Oh, very cool. I mean, the case build on this is substantial.
Yes, there's a nice slight curve that will just follow the general movement of your wrist or the curvature of your wrist that goes along with the watch. Just all brilliantly polished. And what we have on the inside of this watch, again, is that genuine Gibeon meteorite dial for the dial. We have a Ronda 5040D, which is one of our staple movements. And just for giggles, just put the watch on this wrist
yeah,
because
of course.
I just want you to see.
Yeah.
Look at.
It feels good. It wraps around your wrist.
That's exactly my
this
point.
This bracelet right here, it's so fluid, almost like fabric. I mean, it's very substantial. You feel half the weight, but you see how it just wraps around my wrist? And just to show you, I have about a 6¼ inch wrist. Oh, it wraps beautifully.
Yeah.
This is a huge savings too, 53%
amazing.
off.
And it's a very generous bracelet. I think, in fact, it's one of the most generous bracelet watches that we have. It's very similar to the size of a the Cordoba on a bracelet. So it'll fit wrist sizes above 9 inches even with this watch. So we want to make something special. Gibeon meteorite, yet again, for the dial on the inside of the timepiece. I think this watch just shows a luxury. I think it shows style. I think it just has a sense of flair when this watch is on the wrist. And I'll put it on my wrist here because I'd love to try this watch on
There's something
myself.
so new about this, so fresh. There's something like, wow, innovative. And that's really kind of what Invicta is all about. What was that, Dave? Oh, Maureen likes the mesh bracelet a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Maureen. Yeah.
So you'll see yet
She
again.
puts a lot of thumbs up on that one.
I have a 6¾ inch wrist. So again, this watch just fits brilliantly on my wrist. The Gibeon meteorite dial has been placed on the inside of this watch. And look at, I'll take this watch off. It should be able to come off. Yes, look at, without my hand. Without even taking the dual deployment closure. That means this watch will fit over that 9-inch wrist size. So extremely generous when it comes to the bracelet design of this watch.
The other thing that YouTube that we want to do is give you great prices. In fact, this retails at over $2,000 for the rarity of the meteorite, the way that the bracelet's done, the beauty, the quartz movement on all of this, bringing that together in that really unique case build. So in the Quadro, excuse me, are there a lot? Is this?
It's a collection actually we had for a while, and it was more on this nylon strap that we had and some leather. But we've done it now on the bracelet, and this bracelet's a really hot option. But it's a collection you don't see too often from us, and especially you don't see the Quadro very often. We've only done it a couple times with the Gibeon meteorite. We actually had white diamonds and black diamonds once. That was another hot choice. So Mark says, have you seen any new Hydromax versions in the works, Ryan? I personally have not, Mark. If there was something, maybe I didn't catch it, but I hope there is. That's a really hot series of watches within the Pro Diver collection. Michael says, I love the Excursion, that high polished version in particular. That's right, Michael. And it also had that part of that Jason Taylor series, and it had that Gibeon meteorite also for part of the dial on the inside. Let's see. Keep on chatting with us. We'll come back a little bit later, but I'm going to head over this way for our next presentation.
So in the show, we have boutique. We've highlighted 9 watches, all selected by Ryan. I'm going to sneak peek one that I'm wearing on my wrist too, which is such a great value. But we're going to go to another meteorite. So we have 3 in the show, which is a big deal that rarely happens. And each has really a different flavor. You know, the style, the feeling, the energy is so different with all the meteorite dials that we've had.
That's with the whole picks here. I wanted to have just so many different components and different designs. You know, I think the meteorite is just so exotic. That's why 3 meteorite watches are in the show. But you'll notice one is the stainless steel version with that Excursion, and then you have the Jason Taylor. But then you have this carbon, and it's a totally different build, totally different feel, totally different material that accompanies this watch. And this one happens to be an automatic movement too, different from the other 2 that we had before. So what you have is a Sleeta SW200 for the movement on the inside. This is a high-end Swiss-made mechanical automatic 3-hand movement. And if you notice, On the back side of that sweeping second hand right here, it's that Invicta Reserve logo. It also says Reserve right here. So again, you're getting the finest in quality, craftsmanship, and design when it comes to this watch.
And done it a little bit more of a sporty, elegant version. I think the strap lends itself to it. I think
Yes.
the color, we're down now. We had a couple other colors. We're down to the red choice, but very limited. About 100 remaining on this one. So this retails for over $2,000. It's a savings of 55% off. It's $495 here at Evine, and we actually had this in April. So it debuted in April, and this is lucky that we could even have the few that we have left in this show. So many things that are special about this. You were talking about the automatic being a little different?
Yeah, so the automatic in this watch is Swiss made. So as of January 1st this year, everything changed for a watch to be considered Swiss made. The Swiss Federation actually increased what the requirements and regulations
really?
are for a watch to be considered Swiss made. So it's much more stringent than it used to be. I mean, it was still stringent before.
Yeah.
Now they just want to keep the integrity of the Swissness that
I
goes
respect
along
that.
with the watch. And so what you get is you get this for the movement on the inside, the assembly, the final inspection, all done in Switzerland. That's accompanied by this timepiece. But if you look at the design, this case is actually carbon that's been included in for the case. It's been pressed and compressed together, machined out, CNC machined to give you this design. And this design is that man of war design that we included in with this watch. This is the lightest man of war that I've ever presented by far, because you have the silicone band, you have the carbon case that's also a part of it. And it just, I mean, it delivers a fantastic fit and feel.
So would you
on the
say
wrist.
that at this size, 53 millimeters, it will be more manageable for some because it's a little lighter weight?
Well, I think if you're a little bit timid and you like this design, try it out, because I think there's always a 30-day money back.
Always.
that you
Never
get with
risk,
this.
never chance.
So
Always
if you
30
want-
days.
Try it out, wear it. It's gonna be lightweight. You're gonna love the comfort and the feel. I mean, I just can't believe how unusually light this watch is when I put it on, though.
And then look at this display too, this case build, the black and the red together. It almost looks like striations.
Yes, and that's exactly what it is. They're called striations for the design of the for the dial, but then it almost carries out with just the look of with the carbon case.
Super cool. We have under 80 now. Under 80, it's 643-823. Retails for over $2,000. We haven't seen it since April, so we have it for you right now. A savings that we can give you is $555. That's off the Evine price, down now to the one choice, which is red. But this is all about you, so we're going to check in, see what
Sure.
people are saying, tuning in. Thank you so much for being part of the show. We're going to have one more watch that we're going to showcase. We have 9 that are part of the boutique that you can shop all of them. As you're right now on YouTube, you can look at the boutique. And people are chiming in. Maureen was saying that she really loved the Quattro that we had, that we had.
And also Mark they both loved the carbon watch that we just had right now. So very, very hot. So let's see, John, our good buddy out of New York, he calls in all the time, has great testimonial calls. John, be sure to call in tomorrow night to my show and Justin's show that we have coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern. We want you to call, and I have that phone number on my Instagram page and also my Facebook page on the latest post that I did. So I know you guys are looking for the Star Wars. You guys have to stay tuned for that. I don't know an exact date yet when those are going to be coming in. And a big shout out to Jake. Oh, Evine, you've really stepped up your game with these YouTube shows. Keep them coming and add a few. So what did you guys think about me getting sprayed in the face tonight? I know that was Christine's favorite part of the show.
I think that we need more.
Comment on that. Yeah. So
I think we should have a garden hose
maybe
right
if you guys said you like it, Christine will spray me in the face at the end of the show.
Do we have a sprinkler or anything around
Yeah, there's a spray
here?
bottle around.
Yeah, thank you. Well, spray bottle was kind of, I don't know. I think.
Oh, you have it right there by you.
I do. Okay, so you like the YouTube show, so I'm going to ask you, when's the next one, Ryan?
So the next YouTube show is coming up this Friday, and it's coming up at 11 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
So,
And then tomorrow night, we have Invicta Power Play?
Tomorrow night, Invicta Power Play. That starts at 9 p.m. Central. Wait, yes, or no, 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern. And it's just Justin and I on the show. We're going to be on for 2 hours. We're going to be going through things. We have some really cool watches coming up.
You know, I think it's fun to mix it up.
Yeah, we just want to try something different. We did a YouTube show together last week, and it was a lot of fun. It just takes a little bit getting used to working with somebody different in that sort of capacity. Like we've worked with all of you hosts, but then when it was Justin and I, it was just a little bit different. And then I think after, and I'm glad we did the YouTube show first, then we're like kind of gotten that fun rhythm of just going back and forth. And we're looking to definitely deliver on the show tomorrow night for you guys.
So tune into that. Stay connected. Also, Ryan, it really keeps everybody up to date on your Facebook page as well. And that's Invicta Ryan. Is that right, your Facebook page?
Yes, Invicta Ryan on Facebook. And also follow me on Instagram, Invicta Ryan. You're going to get heads up of what's coming up during the show. But I assume most of you guys are. Follow me already on those social media platforms, but do follow me if you are not.
I just like saying this, Leviathan.
Yes.
Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Leviathan. Very cool. I have seen a handful of Leviathans recent, so I haven't seen a lot of them.
That's actually true. We haven't had the Leviathan for quite a while, and we brought a couple of versions back. And the Leviathan is like a big sea monster, and this is a big, bold watch on the wrist. I mean, this is by far the heaviest watch of the show. It's a little bit smaller case than what we had with that carbon, but you pick that watch up, it's going to be, it's getting near a pound.
Leviathan.
It's getting near a pound.
I mean, the name is just strong. This is customer choice. It's a fan favorite. We do have choices. That's kind of rare. A lot of these have been so limited. We're down to 1 or 2 colors. We do have 3 colors here left in this one. So we have silvertone. We have silvertone gunmetal. Am I going too fast, you guys? And then we also have the silvertone blue. Those are the 3 choices. Comes with a limited edition dive case as well. Who would be drawn to a watch like this?
So who would be, let's see.
Anybody chiming in saying
Let me see. So Richard says Leviathan shows 353 on Evine for me, not 209. So we'll try to fix that, okay?
Oh, so the price, interesting, the price is, thank you.
Yeah, so it should be at that 209. So I don't know if you guys can do any magic in the control room right now.
They can
Or
check
double
into
check,
that.
actually, that'd be great. So question was?
Well, who do you think this is? I mean, this is the biggest, heaviest timepiece that we have in the show. Is this for a newbie, a collector? Who's drawn to a watch like this?
I think when it gets into this watch, and this isn't 100%, I mean, it's to each their own. I mean, I think people probably pick up for the Leviathan for their first watch purchase because they know they want a bigger watch. But I think it's a little bit of a graduation from going, years ago, people had a 40 millimeter, and that was a standard size. And then we started to bring up the sizes. And 47 was totally oversized. And now it's really standard for a gentleman. But I can wear this watch like this. I'm used to wearing Sub-Aqua Specialties, Venoms, Sub-Aqua Nomas, and this is just, again, it's really within that same group.
52 millimeters, look at that thickness too.
You get the NH35A, so it's a mechanical automatic for the movement on the inside. I mean, this is a,
Okay, we're going to move on this one. But Dave, can you do me a favor? Can you put up number 9? I want to tell you about number 9 that I'm wearing. We were talking about the value on this. This is just for the ladies. Okay, so I have the item number though.
Yeah, the item number.
We're good to go, Dave.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, the item number on this one is 643715. This is the Lotus Infinity. The Lotus Infinity has diamond accents. It's a quart bracelet watch that comes with 3 genuine leather straps. I'm just wearing one right here, which is the red, but it comes with the other 2 choices as well. And what's the big deal on this one?
The big deal is you have all the mother of pearl, you have 3 leather straps, and you have 1 bracelet. It's very easy to change out. It's an amazing deal.
And the value.
Yep.
You were telling me that is such a good value. So check that out. It's 71% off. Cruise is going to be in February.
Yeah, join us on our cruise. I mean, we had an amazing cruise last February. We're going to do it again this coming February 23rd through the 26th. We want you to be a part of the parties. We want you to be able to see us broadcasting. We want to be able to shake your hands and sign your dive cases and just get to know you. Go to invictacruise.com and book your cruise and come sail with us. Remember, tomorrow night, Justin and I, 9 p.m. Eastern on Evine on the big TV for 2 hours.
It's a big deal.
Big deal. We're looking
I see
forward
trouble,
to it.
but good trouble. Yeah. And then Friday night, another YouTube show. Thank you so much for watching. We surely appreciate it.